And my name is Chana Rene, and I'm the founder of Make It Greener NGO, located in Buea, and also Make Academics, located in Buea too, and also founder of Make It Greener Finland, located in Finland. And just a brief talk about me. I'm a web developer. I have worked with Afrologic Limited in Douala from 2015 to 2018, and I'm also a freelancer with UTest platform and also Fiverr, and I also have 5 years experience in production assistance, and I have skill certification as a combat bot process, software testing life cycle, and I have strong experience with Git, and I'm also a certified PHP developer, WordPress expert, and also web application development, front end and back end. And I have experience with React.js, AngularJS, MongoDB, Golang, and Python. So before I dive right away into what we have today, I would like to do a short presentation about Make Academics, and I want to share my screen now. Okay, are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah, we can see. Go ahead.
Okay, so this session today is about cybersecurity and networking, and we are not just going to talk about cybersecurity and networking, but we are going to talk about Make Academics as a whole. What do we do? And we are located in Buea, and this is our office space where we do our lab works. Also about Make Academics, we do physical training and also online training. Is quite flexible. If you want to be full-time online, we handle that, and also we handle full-time physical training. And we offer courses in English exam prep, ICE, TOEFL, Duolingo, and the rest. And we also do cybersecurity and networking. And also we do web development, cinematography, and also web designing, and so many other tech fields we are going to go through in this presentation. And also we give assistance for scholarships abroad for our students. That's free services. We help you to get scholarships abroad for free. And if you are not a student with us and you maybe want to get scholarship, then that is a different talk. That if you're a student with us and the scholarship is free, we offer programs in films and television production, and you can see we have the course guide, and also in 6 months, and we have the fee. And we also program in cybersecurity and networking, and we will get more details about this today. That's why we are here today for that. And this is also still part of cybersecurity and networking, the FortiGate and the CCNA courses. And the duration for this program is 4 months, and we have everything here in the PowerPoint. And also we have a general IT and support. This course is a 3 months course, and it takes you through Photoshop training. Months program, and we have the web development, we have app development, visual editing, and these courses they are separated. It's not, we don't take them all together, but we take them one at a time. And we have English exam preparations. It's a 1 month training duration, but we can extend depending on how good you are or how slow you are. So the standard time is 1 month for the training. And lastly, we have our contact details.
Rene, you should insist that the English exam is for those who prepare for height, TOEFL, those English exam. Because you don't insist, people might not understand the English exam. What do you mean by English exam?
Yeah,
Thank you.
just said for those preparing for TOEFL, IELTS, and also Duolingo and the rest. We have the SAT, we have the ACT, and these exams is mostly required for those who want to study abroad. Most university require for you to obtain English proficiency in these certificates. So we do the training for you, and we help you to register for the exams, and also if you are interested in working with us, we can also assist you in getting an admission abroad. Lastly, we have our contact information here. So this PowerPoint.
Thank you, Ray. So good morning, guys. So before we could get into the introduction of network and cybersecurity, so I just wanted to give a brief idea about my profile, my current skill set. So I'm basically I'm an engineering graduate. I've done my, just give me a second. Yes. So I've done, I'm an engineer from computer science background. I have around 17 years of experience in the industry. So I started as a tech support engineer. So I was basically working as a, tech support engineer in a product called Juniper, which is one of a famous product in network and cybersecurity for a couple of years. Then I started again working as a security administrator, cybersecurity specialist for another organization for almost close to 1.5 years. So then I started my own training and consulting services. So my primary skill set is training. I handle trainings on different technologies related to network and cybersecurity and products ranging from Cisco to many other products. I'll be highlighting those products in the shortly in a brief time. So my primary skill set is more about training. I have around 12 years into training part now. So apart from tech support and security administrator, I have around 12 plus years of experience in training and consulting. I do training for different products that I'm going to highlight shortly. And parallelly, I do consulting. I have few clients for whom I give support for infrastructure. When a new company has to design their office network setup, I guide them how to design their network, how to use security products like firewalls to protect their infra. So I do consulting services, implementation and support, right? So primary is training and secondary is consulting. In that, like I said, I have around 12 years experience. So that's about my current profile. Now today, I'm here to give an insight on few things. Like, let me highlight it what I'm planning to give an idea for the participants. So I'm going to first start with introduction to the industry, right? Don't mind, I'm typing it in a notepad because I don't use PowerPoint because using PowerPoint is like reading out the slides. I just wanted the trainings to be like a whiteboard training, like a classroom training. So I use Paint and Notepad to type things. So at least people can listen to the content. So first we are going to start with the introduction to the industry. So for example, after going through the training program, what are the opportunities you people have got? So where you can get placed, what kind of job is ready for you after the training. So first, introduction to an industry. Second, why we are learning Cisco. Why Cisco? Because I believe Ray would have highlighted in cybersecurity program, we are going to learn about two things. One, CCNA, fundamentals of networking, and he would have highlighted a product Fortinet. So CCNA training program is more about Cisco. I'm going to give an introduction about the company Cisco and competitors to Cisco, right? So competitors to Cisco, we have so many companies in the market. So getting some idea about the competitors, why Cisco stands tall among the competitors. So I'm going to speak something about it. Then, basically just an introduction. We are not learning too much of technical. So introduction to networking. What exactly is network? And I'm going to take a simple example, not a technical explanation, but we are going to see a easiest way of how networking works. So that people with zero background, without any background in computers, networks, to make their concepts easier, I'm going to take a simple logic, make you guys to understand what is networking, and then introduction about security industry. Not more of cyber security or firewall security. Generally, what is the need for securing an office infrastructure? So need, other words, trying to understand why we need to secure the any infrastructure, why we need to secure it. What are the options we have? Relevant to that, we are going to introduce it. So first, these are the key points I'm planning to do it. First, introduction to security. So I need more of your answers. I need more interactive things from the participants. Kindly, first thing, I wanted to give a suggestion. Any training you people go through, first you need to understand the purpose of the training, why we are doing it. Right? First, we need to know the purpose, vision. After the training, what exactly we are going to achieve, what way it is going to be beneficial for our career as well as personal professional path, right? So before I move into the introduction to the industry, introducing what is networking, where we get a job, what type of jobs we get, I just wanted a quick question from you people. Let's say you guys are getting trained for a program. Forget network and cyber security. Let's say you people are choosing an industry like Oracle, where you people learn about something called database, how to manage, maintain database, right? Let's say person A, he's deciding I need to choose database as my professional career. He picks Oracle as a company who's good in database. So he's learning database, how to work on a database. After getting trained on database, what kind of company is going to hire him? Companies which manages database like banking database, finance database, or corporate IT companies, they have their own employees database. So a company who's trying to build a server, database server, they will be hiring this guy, right? Now imagine there is another guy who thinks he wants to learn coding. Let's say he wants to learn coding. Coding again I'm splitting into two parts. One, he is planning to learn coding like Java or let's say C#. He is planning to learn some kind of codings so that he can become a software developer, right? So his aim is to start developing his own softwares. Another guy, like he wants to learn PHP or XML or HTML. Why? Because he wanted to become a web developer. He wants to design websites for digital marketing. He wants to become an expertise. He wants to become a web developer. He is picking this industry as the choice. So a person who learns coding will be hired by which kind of companies? If I'm learning Java training program or I'm learning C#, companies who are product-based companies, who develops things, who designs and develops software applications, they will be ready to hire this guy. So it means company who's building a product, a software product on this language, they will be ready to hire. Another company who's not into software product development, they are not interested to hire this guy. Company who's not managing a database, they're not ready to hire this guy. So, which means when I learn database, when I learn coding, we are hired by the companies who are particularly focused on that product, that technology. So a software developer is hired by an organization which is designing and developing software products, right? Now imagine today this language is outdated. Java has been outdated. The person who had a skill set on Java may not be needed by the company anymore, right? Because company would have started moving to new programming language. We all would have learned the history. First, C programming was quite famous. Then they had C++. Then we have Java. We have so many programming tools keeps coming, Python. So tomorrow TCL might be a good programming tool. So we have so many changes happening in coding. I was picking Java. I got hired by a company. Tomorrow they start planning to build all their software products on a new programming language. My job becomes scrutinized because I will start facing issues. I need to upskill. I need to learn new coding language so where I can retain my job or I can sustain with my professional career. See, I'm not trying to say this is not a good programming tools. I'm just saying the process. I learn a particular certification program. I'm hired by the companies which are developing on their products. Okay. Instead of looking at this track, I switch to my industry where I belong. Let's say I'm focusing on networking and cybersecurity. Forget what we are learning in our training program. Let's say after going through this training program, which kind of companies, what kind of organizations hires a network engineer or a security specialist, right? Because when I learned programming, I was hired only by the IT companies which are developing software products. Elsewhere, I'm not needed. A software developer is not needed by a banking sector. He is not needed by a shipping industry. He is not needed by a government offices, right? He is having a demand in companies who are developing software products. Whereas I'm building my skill set in network and cybersecurity. Which kind of companies are going to hire me? Why they should hire it? Now, I believe every one of the participants here would agree today in the current world, everything is digitalized. Nobody is doing a paperwork, right? Do you see any companies sitting and working on papers? Do they do any physical documentations? 10-20% of work would be paperwork. 80% or 90% of the market is all digitalized. And I say digitalized, let's say I'm taking one sector. There is a bank or a finance, right? A banking sector or a finance. Everything is digitalized. Do you see people going physically to bank to deposit money or withdraw money? They can do everything through online, right? So sitting in a smartphone, you use a mobile application, banking app, where you can send and receive fund. You don't physically go to the office, right? Everything has become digitalized. Now let's imagine I have a big hotel industry, a chain of restaurants, right? They have restaurants located geographically at different places, right? Let's say there is a hotel industry where geographically, globally, they have 100 outlets, 100 restaurants and hotels. All these hotels, all the bill payments, infrastructure of hotels are being digitalized. You go to a hotel restaurant, you see a free hotspot. You can connect your smartphone, laptop to the hotspot. You get digitally connected. All the, activities happening in the hotel has is being digitally converted through CCTVs. They store the data. Now, sitting at one place, I can monitor, manage all the 150 hotel industry outlets. All my branch outlets I can monitor sitting at one specific spot, because all the hotels of that hotel has been managed, centralized, digitally connected. Right now, imagine I have a government sector. There is a government organization, all their platforms, any sectors coming under government, either it's a corporation or you see, any happening parliament where the government officials work, all the sectors of government, any sectors you take, either it's a road and transport sector, you see any airways, railway sectors, all the sectors of government, if you look at it, either it is, you can take any airway department of governments, military departments, right? Military sectors of any government, or you take any railway sectors, all the government sectors, they no more work in a paperwork. They are all digitalized. They're all having digital infrastructure there. Now you take a normal IT companies. Any IT companies you take, there are hundreds of IT companies worldwide. They're all going to work digitally, right? You take any shipping industry, you take any sector. What I'm trying to indirectly point out is any sectors you take, either it's a government sector, banking sector, hotels, IT companies, shipping industry, all these organizations that I've highlighted there, one common factor which is related to them, they're all digitalized. When I say they're all digitalized, they no longer work on a physical paper based, they all work through online, connected through internet, digital platform. We are currently in digital era. When I say we are in digital era, nobody does physical work, paperwork. Everything is connected through systems, online services is what they do it. Now think, a simple example, I'm just taking a bank. In a bank, they have a bank servers. When you people wanted to do online payment, you want to deposit a money to your friend's account, or you wanted to spend your money for online shopping, any digital payments you do on your through your smartphone or through your laptop, it has to connect to your bank server, update your bank account. When you want to withdraw money or you want to deposit the money, all the transactions happens through online. You're connected somewhere in the internet. I'm sitting in my home network. I'm in my home internet. I'm using my home network. Any online payments through home internet, I connect to my bank server and I deposit money or I withdraw, or from my bank account, I transfer money to my friend's bank account. Now, who is going to manage this banking servers? So all my bank servers has to be installed somewhere. Who's going to manage the banking servers? So we need to design a platform called network, where all the servers has to be digitally connected, digitally interconnected, and that should be in turn available for internet access. So who's going to manage this infrastructure? So who's going to build and support this environment? That will be done by network professionals. There is a military department, defense department, all the military secrets databases are all kept digitalized now. Who's going to build and manage that defense system information? We need professionals from network background to build their infra. So normally we call it by the name, rather than digital, we call it as infrastructure. Infra means not physically building a house or something. So network infrastructure we call it. how we can manage the computers, printers, servers, all their sensitive data are maintained in some devices, how we are going to digitally manage them, who's going to build and support. We need a professionals called network engineers, which means if I'm getting trained in networking, I'll be hired by the company who's managing their infrastructure through digital platform. And who's managing their industry through digital platform? All the sectors. Right from the day, from morning till evening, whichever companies, whatever nature of companies you see in your day-to-day life, all the organizations are digitalized. They're all depending on engineers who can manage, build, support their infra, which is done by none other than network engineer. Which means if I'm getting trained in networking certification programs, I'm hired by the companies which can be from any of the sector. Which means if one industry is having a recession, let's say today this IT companies are facing a huge recession, I don't really have to panic because I'm not depending on IT companies for my jobs, for my professional career. I can work as an IT administrator, a network administrator in a hotel industry. I could work in a shipping industry as an IT support engineer. So one good thing with networking industry is I'm hired by the companies who are not focusing on one sector. All the sectors, all the type of organizations, they basically depend on network infra and support for network infra. Now, we learn networking. We know how to design a simple office setup, how to connect computers, servers, printers, how do we digitalize them, make them come online to make sure they can connect to our internet, how from internet this office network can be accessible. There comes the next problem. If everybody is digitalized, now theft, any theft is going to happen, is no longer going to be physical theft. 30 years back, if I speak about a person who steals things, robbery, how things are stolen by the people, they physically attack a house, a company, and steal things there. Now you will see, currently even now everybody would have started seeing theft is no more physical theft, everything is digital theft. When everybody does transactions through online, through digitalized platform, the person who tried to steal things is no longer going to be in physical world. He also is going to come in digital world. So digital theft is what is the major concern we are going to experience for the next 50 to 100 years. You will see all the theft, reverent theft, we call it as attack. Either it's an attack from one country to another country, is no longer going to be physical war. We are not going to see a big physical war happening anymore. We are going to see more digital attacks. Imagine I'm in India, I'm from India. Let's say if my neighbor country wants to launch an attack in my country, if they attack and bring down all my banking servers, all my banking servers are attacked, or my banking server goes down, what will happen then? If my banking applications are down for a day, entire country economy will be collapsed. Imagine my defense servers are hacked by an attacker. It is going to be a security vulnerability for the entire nation, right? So, which means we not only need engineers who can design their infra, we need people who can secure that infrastructure. That is what we are trying to learn as a beginner, how we can build infra, how we can secure our infrastructure at an intermediate. We are not trying to learn only at the beginner level. Our training curriculum, we are also learning things at intermediate to professional level. So person who's working in the industry with 2 years, 3 years experience, whatever he knows, we are going to learn, have skill set which can match up to the 3 years, 5 years experience to professionals. We are not trying to put our curriculum in such a way we are not learning only fundamentals. We are going to learn things which is going to be at the professional level. So you can match up with engineers who are having 3 years, 4 years experience. You can match your skill set with them at the end of the training. And when I say the training, the first couple of weeks, we might be doing more theory because we have to start with theoretical things. But after that, we are going to start learning things in a practical way. This training is more of practical based. First 20 to 25% of the training is theory. After that, once we start building things, you will learn more concepts in practical way. So even person who finds things difficult, when you learn things in practical way, it becomes more interactive because you're doing things what you're going to work in real time, that you're going to practically sit and practice it. So when you start working for a company, you already know how things works. That is another good thing with our training. So first and foremost, after the training, we depend on various sectors because various sectors are depending on professionals who can build their infra. And all those sectors, they need their infra to be secure. So it's not about just learning the networking concepts. We also learn how to secure our infrastructure because digitalized platform is not only thing. Attacks on digital platform is the other major concern. And I hope by this time you people would have understood the scope of the industry. Because if I am getting trained on a programming language, I'm hired only by the company who's building their products based on the programming language. Other companies or other sectors doesn't need that professional. Whereas when a network engineer comes and applies for a job, all these sectors, they're interested to hire the engineer for supporting and securing their infra. That's the first and foremost advantage to the industry of network and cyber security. And we all know the future is more of digital world. We need professionals who not only builds, we also need professionals who secures them. That is the actual creamy layer of our industry there. Now, okay, we are not learning anything technical in this day one. I'm just giving a simple idea. When it comes to the industry, let's say we have networking as an industry, we are picking it. So next thing what happens, when it comes to the networking industry, we will be using many products like your laptop, smartphone. In the industry of networking, we use different products. When you look at the products which we will be learning in our curriculum, we will be using products like router, switch, firewall, wireless devices, right? Wireless devices like access point. They have many things. So you people do not panic about the names. So we have many products. These are all like hardware products that we have. So if I take a smartphone, I hope every one of your participants have a smartphone. So I'm planning to buy a smartphone. What are the choices we have there? We have so many brands, right? We have so many vendors who manufactures and sells smartphone. You have Apple, you have Samsung. I can keep listing. You have Motorola, right? We have so many companies who are into product manufacturing and sales. I take a laptop. I wanted to purchase a laptop. We have so many products like Dell, Lenovo, we have HP. So we have so many products who sells laptops, right? Likewise, this products like routers, switches, firewalls, who manufactures and sells it. So there are many companies who does that. One of the companies is Cisco, who actually manufactures all these products. We have a company like Juniper. We have a company called Fortinet. We have product like Palo Alto. We have a company called Checkpoint. So we have so many product manufacturers like Dell. They recently acquired a company called SonicWall. So we have so many companies, organizations who manufactures and sells it. Why Cisco stands tall, even though there are many brands, why Cisco's topmost recognized company in the world of networking? Why people see Cisco as the topmost company? Because they had followed very good strategies. One thing, this company like Palo Alto, Fortinet, they all came into the industry by the year 2009, almost a decade back. Just 15-year-old products. Checkpoint is in the industry from way back in 1994. These are all new additions. Dell, SonicWall, Palo Alto, Fortinet. They were all like late comers to the industry. Now, that is not the only reason. Cisco is what I'm trying to introduce today. It was in the year 1980. The year 1980, many things happened in digital world. One of the starting point of digital era was focus going into networking platform. So when I say focus going into networking platform, what do you mean by that? Now, if I have a computer, I want to copy a data to another computer. How do you normally copy a data? If we go back to early 1970s, 1980s, even till early 2000, we used to have a hardware device. I'm not sure how many of you have seen this device. We used to have something called floppy disk, which can copy data from one computer to another computer. We had a hardware device called CD. We have something called DVDs. We have something called USB drive, right? Like flash. So over the period of time, we have come through different technologies, which is all used to copy a data, move a data from one computer to another computer. It was in the year 1980. There was a husband and wife called Len and Sandy. They were working as a lab administrator in one of the university in United States. They were working as a lab administrators. They were given a task to digitally interconnect all the computers, desktop PCs in that university. They were assigned a project to connect all the computers, so data transfer can easily happen between them. Not to use any of this media type, come up with some technology which can connect all these computers. So they took this project, they came up with a hardware device. They introduced a hardware device called Hub, which was used to connect computers, printers, servers, interconnect all this device. So I can transfer data parallelly to more than one computer. This was the starting point. They realized that when they took this project, future is all going to be digital world. All transactions will be happening on databases. We no longer do physical paperwork. They had a good vision. In next 20, 30 years, everything in the market will be digital based. So they left the company where they were working. They started this organization called Cisco. It was in the year 1980. Len and Sandy, when they were traveling in a bridge called San Francisco Bridge in United States, we have one of a famous bridge called San Francisco. The name of the company Cisco was actually taken from it. They were traveling in that bridge. When they were driving through the bridge, they felt, why don't we start a company which can bring all the digital devices together so they can do data transfer. So they had a vision. Why don't we have a small startup which can do it? That led to the company called Cisco. The name of the company was taken from this bridge, San Francisco. And even if you look at the logo, of Cisco, right? So even if you look at the logo of Cisco, they use that bridge symbol. So San Francisco bridge symbol is what they use it. So they were traveling in this bridge, which was the time they realized, okay, why don't we start our own company? And in fact, the name Cisco was taken from there. And even the logo, you can see the logo of Cisco was taken from, right? So you can see 1984 how the logo looked. Now in the current era, how the logo looks like. They have just slightly altered the logo of Cisco. Okay. Now, one thing, if you realize it, all these companies came into the market after 1990s. But look at Cisco, they entered into the industry way back 1980, before even people thought digital world is the future. Before even thinking that future is all about digital world, this company was already in the industry. I became a player where there was no competition because I entered into the market when nobody was there, right? So what Cisco did is they focused on two things. Okay, they develop products like routers, switches, and they sell the product. Okay, they do product manufacturing and sales. Okay, I design a router, I design a switch. How do I sell it? Because if I need to sell, I need a good marketing team, right? Imagine I want to sell a product, I need a good marketing team who can reach to the customers and sell the product. I need to convince the customers to basically buy the product. Okay, that even other companies also will have a good marketing team who can try to sell their device. What Cisco did is they not only focused on products and sales, they gave more priority to something called trainings and certification program. So they focused more on trainings and certification. Now think, you people have come here today to learn networking. We are teaching you Cisco's training program, which means you are learning the fundamentals of networking. Second, you're learning those technology, how to implement those technology on Cisco products. Because when we learn Cisco CCNA, we are learning fundamentals of networking on Cisco product. So you know how to work on Cisco routers, you know how to work on Cisco switches. Now what I do, I'm an engineer, I want a job. So what I do, I learn Cisco training program, I certify in Cisco. Now after that, I go and apply for a job. I go for job application. I basically apply for a job. Now there is a company, and I say a company, that company can be of any of this industry, right? They need network professionals. So they want to hire a professional who's good at networking. So when I go and apply for a job, they know I'm good at networking. And they understood I'm good at Cisco product. Because I'm a Cisco certified engineer, it means I'm good at Cisco products, how to implement the technology on Cisco devices. So now indirectly what is happening, my company, when they have to purchase routers and switches, we are indirectly triggering this company to go and purchase Cisco product. Because why? Because company knows the engineer is good at Cisco. If I purchase Cisco routers, Cisco switches, I know this guy is good at working on this product. So that indirectly motivates customers to buy Cisco products. Second, if there are many certified engineers, Cisco certified engineers work for the company, company becomes partner to Cisco. They become a gold partner, they become a silver partner, where I get discounts on product purchase. I get 20% discount, I get 30% discount when I purchase Cisco routers and switches. When if I have team of Cisco certified engineers working for me, I become a partner. So when I purchase a product, I get discount. When I need support, product support, I get discounts on it. So indirectly what Cisco did is not just primarily focusing on product manufacturing and sales. They focused on training and certifications, which brought many customers to purchase Cisco devices. This strategy really worked well for Cisco. And if you look at it, global market, if you look at the global market, almost 75% of the market is with Cisco. Almost 75% of the internet market. Internet market, when I say products used in the internet world for digitalization, products like firewalls, routers, switches, wireless devices used in the digital platforms, majority of the market is with Cisco. Many customers have Cisco products in their environment. It doesn't mean that other products are not having a good market. They are too good like Cisco, but because of the strategy what Cisco followed, primarily on routers and switches and wireless, this three products Cisco is having a good market. What about security? In security industry, it is not Cisco who's not the number one product. The number one products are Palo Alto and Fortinet, followed by Cisco, because they have good customers compared to Cisco or Juniper. I mean, it's all competitions. Cisco, why people very well know about Cisco, for that what strategies they followed it, that is what I'm showing it for the current discussion. Just to get an idea why Cisco is quite famous compared to other platforms, compared to other products, right? Just a simple idea behind Cisco there, right? Like I said, doesn't mean that we cannot rule out the other products. They're also too good. I'm just giving general marketing strategies, how Cisco became number one product overall. But in security, these companies are number one, followed by Checkpoint, then followed by Cisco, right? But fundamentals of networking, any engineer, any professional who wanted to start choosing their industry as network and cyber security, it is first mandatory to learn CCNA. This is one of the certification program in Cisco. In Cisco, there are many certification programs, but fundamentals of all is CCNA, which is called Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is where you learn fundamentals of network. What is a network? What are the technologies behind the scenes? What are the devices like routers, switches? How, as an administrator, how I can work on those products? That is what we learn throughout this CCNA. In our training curriculum, what we are doing is we are first starting with CCNA, make the candidates to understand the technology, understand how to work on Cisco routers and switch. So you know how to build an infra. So by the time when you learn CCNA, you know how to build your own infra. Now how to secure your infra, for that we are picking up the product which is going to be Fortinet. Fortinet product is what we are going to learn for understanding how to work on a firewall, how to secure your infrastructure, right? Securing our infra against various threats. What are the other technologies we have in firewall as a intermediate or beginner or intermediate professional? What are the technologies you need to know on a firewall? So you know how to build your own infra. You get an idea how to secure your infra, which is what most of the companies need for their offices. Engineers, professionals who are good at both the things, right? That is what we are trying to learn at here, right? So networking, how to build your own infra and how to secure our organization is the primary motive, right? So before we move ahead with further part of some introduction here, I just wanted you guys to start pointing out your questions. Earlier, I missed out this key factor. Any training when I start, I always give the first and foremost key point I highlight is more the questions you ask, more you learn, right? Because you come here to learn. So when you learn, only when you start shooting out questions, never ever think if you ask a question, other participants will think you did not understand things or something like that. Never ever feel it. Always feel you're here to learn. Do not look at other candidates. Somebody has understood quickly. I may not be a good fast learner. I might be a slow learner. Since other participants answers instantly, don't feel demotivated that you are the only one who did not understand. I always give a freedom. Any questions, any basic, even a dump question, dumbest of question, don't really worry too much. Start pointing out more questions. Make sure you understand because here you're here to learn. So you should be able to teach others. That's how the training should go. And the training should be more of two-way. It's not a lecturer who teaches things, participants just listens it, right? Because then it becomes like, like a normal degree program, normal graduation where you go and attend the lecture, go for an exam, pass the exam and get a graduation. It shouldn't be like that because here we are learning technology. If you want to learn technology, you need to start thinking. You need to start asking questions. Questions to yourself, questions to the trainer because trainer is there to guide you. You need to start asking your own questions to yourself, also the trainer, so you understand things, right? You can find out where you lag, where you missed it, right? So till now what I did, I just gave the point. After you get trained on network and security program, what kind of companies are ready to hire you? That is what I first started. I compared with other training programs like database, programming languages. Once a person gets trained, what kind of company hires them? Whereas in our industry, what kind of companies are ready to hire? We have a wide range of options for our professional growth. Second, we introduced Cisco. Why Cisco stands tall? What strategies Cisco followed? I took more of marketing based introduction to Cisco, but that's how Cisco grows. That is how they have grown. That is how they are growing. That is how they'll be doing in future. So they not only focus on products and sales, they focus more on certification. See, we as an engineer, we are just using them. We learned Cisco, get certified. So when we apply a job, it is easy for a company to hire us, right? We need to look at our benefits. Cisco uses us to force the company to purchase Cisco products, right? And as far as security is concerned, I highlighted other vendors are quite famous than Cisco. That's how we planned our curriculum is learn fundamentals from Cisco, whereas for security, for firewall technologies, we learn from Fortinet. So you're catching up with the market. You're learning things which is good in the market, job market, or professionally, those things are quite famous, right? Yes. Now it's your turn. You people can start pointing out your questions. Yes.
Harry,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, I wish to ask a question that, for example, you are talking about networking and cybersecurity. Now,
Mhm.
what are like the tools that we will need to use in the cybersecurity? What are the tools that we need? What are let us talk about the tools. What are the basic tools that we will need for maybe to build a little security system? Maybe, for example, to build maybe a security system for my phone to secure my phone. Maybe from one or two things. We would like to have most of those ideas.
Okay. So if I understood your question, thanks for your question. So if I understood your question, what are the tools we will be using in our training program, right? When we are learning things, what tools are we going to use for practices? That is what is your question. Am I right with the question what you asked?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that is kind of a
Okay.
part of my.
Okay. So when it comes to CCNA, we will be using a software tool. I'll be giving a software tool which you people will be installing in your laptops or desktop PCs. We'll be using a tool called Cisco Packet Tracer, which is used for simulating the labs. You can install and practice, right? We can install and practice on how to work on Cisco routers, switches. We do have alternate tools, which also I'll be sharing it, right? Alternate tool like GNS, right? GNS3, we have so many things. So GNS3 is quite famous apart from Packet Tracer. More often, we are going to practice on this tool. I'll be sharing with the candidates. So they'll be using the tools like, let me just launch it just for an idea. We'll be learning this tool where we can simulate the routers. Like in real world, how routers and switches works, we can install the similar tool in our systems, right? So we can basically use the tools to do that, right? I think it is getting launched. Just give me a minute, right? So we'll be using these tools where we will be using this routers available there. So routers and switches. So we'll be using these tools to practice our labs, which I'll be sharing it how to do that, right? So, right. So we have options to practice our things like real world, how things works, we can practice in our simulator. As far as security is concerned, when we go for Fortinet program, we will be installing Fortinet virtual firewall, right? We'll be installing a virtual firewall, like physical firewall box. Whatever software they install it on a physical box, we're going to install that same firewall software on a virtual appliance. When I say virtual appliance, we'll be using a tool called VMware. So we'll be installing a software tool called VMware where you can run virtual machines. For people who knows already about VMware, it's a tool where we can install virtual platforms, virtual appliances. I can install a virtual Windows machine. I can install a virtual load balancer. I can install a virtual Palo Alto firewall. So we will be installing our Fortinet firewall on VMware and start building a design to practice things, right? So all the software tools that I'll be using it, I'll be showing you how to build the same tool on your systems to practice it, right? So we'll be practicing it on these tools for CCNA and for firewall. We'll be installing it on VMware and we'll be practicing it, right? Next question, please. Please go ahead with any question. See, let it be any sort of question. I'm ready to answer it. Don't hesitate to ask questions, right? Just feel free to point out anything.
Harry, I would like to find out how can I see, for example, how can I secure my WhatsApp from somebody maybe getting into it? For example, we have people cloning people's WhatsApp and getting access into it. How can you give us an advice, just like out of the topic, so that we can have an idea on securing such system from people cloning and getting access into it?
So first thing, I could understand your question. You're focusing more on application security. So if you want to secure your WhatsApp, there are primary mistakes we do it rather than pointing out all the problems on the device. The problem starts from the person who's using the application. We start visiting many websites in your smartphone. When you get advertisements, don't click on the advertisements first, because when you click on any ads popping up on visiting any websites, or when you're using some other applications in your smartphone, you get advertisement links. First thing, do not click on it, because when you click on any link coming in your WhatsApp message or in any other application like Instagram, or you use Chrome in your smartphone, browse any websites, unknowingly you click on some advertisements, this will install something called malwares. They will install malware on your smartphone without your awareness, because you never physically see. It will be installed as a hidden application. That hidden application can do various attacks. It can sit and monitor all your smartphone activity, collect all this data, pass it to some third party. That is one thing it can do. Second, it can pass all your passwords, security mechanisms. With that only they are able to clone your things. So first thing, it's general advice, do not click on unwanted links. Second, have a good antivirus tool. Many people are missing out antivirus security tool on smartphones. We all have antivirus installed on laptops, on Windows machines, but we fail to install it on smartphone. Nowadays, we spend more time on smartphone rather than on personal laptops. So we need a good antivirus tool first on your smartphone. There comes the next point. Do not download and install antivirus tools which are coming as a free versions. Always install a paid version of antivirus, because they will be more genuine. They will be giving good updates, security patch updates, which can kill this malwares or any worms getting installed on your smartphone without your awareness, right? Because first advice would be, don't click on unwanted links. Second, I hope you people know it. When you install any app, do not install it apart from Google Play Store or Apple iStore. Don't install apps from any third party, because they may not be genuine. Because when you install app from third party websites, that will already come with a malware infected. So that would be few advices normally I give. How do you secure yourself, right? So more of human activity is what is creating these issues. More of on smartphones, what I'm speaking, right? Right. This might be more of outside our topic, I believe. So whatever you asked, right?
Harry.
Yes.
Harry.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. Please go ahead.
I didn't actually really get or understand the part of the CNN where how it came about. I already knew it was under the Cisco. Go back to your notepad. Yes, for the CCNA. Good.
Right.
Yes. This part I didn't. From here, I think I became lost. I didn't
Okay.
actually.
So what are we learning in CCNA, right? If I'm right, that is your question, right? What are we going to learn in this CCNA, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't gone into that part. I was waiting for questions. Till now, whatever I've covered, I'm going to give an idea about next 10-15 minutes. I'm going to take another 10 minutes, not more than that. Don't worry. So there I'll be giving the strategies, what we are going to learn in CCNA, and what I'll be learning on, what you will be learning in Fortinet. I haven't touched that part, right? I haven't really touched what we are going to learn here. Thank you for the question. That I believe that I've not yet covered that part, right? Right. Anything else? Don't worry, I'm going to help you out shortly about it, right? I assume if there is no further questions, we will enter into the next 10 minutes time. I'm going to take hardly 10 minutes time from you guys. Don't worry. I'm not going to bore you guys. So in CCNA, what are we learning? What is the purpose of this curriculum. So we are going to learn first. Normally what I do is I split my training for CCNA into 3 parts. First, we are going to learn about network fundamentals. So network fundamentals, when I say, you will be learning first of all a definition of a network. What is a network? Why we need a network? Second, we'll be learning protocols behind the scenes that makes data transfer. Sitting in your computer or smartphone, when you transfer something to your friend, let's say he was asking about WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, I text a message. Or sitting in my laptop, I open my Gmail or I open my Hotmail. I send an email to my friend. How my data transfer happens? For that, what are the protocols operating behind the scenes in the world of networking? We're going to learn the fundamental protocols that acts as a backbone for data transfer. There, particularly, we'll be learning about something called IP addressing, how to give address for your computer, printer, server, for your home or for your commercial buildings. You have address in real world, right? Likewise, in digital world, how do you give address? When I say protocols, we'll be learning about something called DNS. We'll be learning about something called ARP, DHCP. Don't panic, don't look at the words. I'm just giving an idea. Fundamentals of networking, which makes this data transfer to work. I mean, I can put it in easier way there rather than that. Sitting in my computer, if I open my browser, I open the browser and I type, let's say, HTTPS youtube.com. Imagine sitting in my computer or laptop, I browse youtube.com. Backend, how my computer reaches to YouTube, how YouTube is sending a reply to me. Behind the scenes, what is happening in my internet, how this transaction happened. That is what we are going to learn in the fundamentals of network. So by the time when we learn these fundamentals, you know how from one computer, how data goes, from another computer, how the data travels to, right? Imagine sitting in your home, let's say you're in Cameroon, you wanted to visit Sydney, right? How do you travel to Sydney and how do you come back? Same way in digital world, sitting in a laptop in Cameroon, you're sending a file transfer to a computer which sits at, let's say, Sydney. How that data transfer happens? For that, what is happening behind the scenes in network? That fundamentals we learn. Next, followed by, we'll be learning about Cisco, because we are learning on Cisco-based concepts. Introduction to Cisco devices, learning what is a router, right? What is a, basically what is a router there? What is a switch? How the devices works, and then we will slowly start building, we will start designing our own office network. How to design our own office network with routers and switches. How to program, how to configure Cisco routers and Cisco switches, right? Then we'll be learning, some fundamental labs, right? Fundamental labs on Cisco. Like I said, we'll be using this tool Packet Tracer to start doing things. We'll be learning how to do basic small labs on Cisco products. Third part is about learning some more beyond the basics of routers and switches. We will start learning routing protocols. Bit of advanced concepts of routers, and then some more advanced concepts of switches. Compared to beginner level, we will start learning some advanced concepts of routers and switches. Once this part is done, then we slowly start learning about introduction to security concepts We'll be learning about firewall basics, why we need a firewall, how to make a router as a firewall. Even though we are going to learn separate firewall product after that, we first learn how to make a Cisco router as a firewall. We'll be learning another security concept. I cannot teach you these concepts now. We need other understanding as well. So we learn some introductory concepts on Cisco. Then introduction to concepts like automation. What is the need for automation, right? We are not doing any automation in CCNA, but we need to learn about why things are getting automated, right? How artificial intelligence and automation can help us even in the industry of networking, right? So some fundamentals on automation is what we do. This is what is the curriculum we learn. Overall, the basics is sitting in one computer, how I communicate with another computer, back end, how things works. That is what we are actually learning in network. Sitting in my computer, I do online payment in my banking website, or I visit Amazon, or I visit eBay. I do online shopping, right? There are data transfers happening in digital world, right? I'm sending an email or receiving an email. How things are working behind the scenes with the networking concept, right? That is what we are learning in CCN. Fundamentals, how things are working behind the scenes, right? Following that, when we go to Fortinet, we will be again learning Fortinet into two parts. So first, fundamentals of security. Remember, already in CCNA, we would have learned some basic security concepts. We're going to revisit them. We will reintroduce them. So why we need a firewall again, right? Then what is the concept behind NAT, which we would have done in CCNA? We are going to revisit again. We will be learning about something called VPN, right? I believe everyone uses VPN. Without knowing the subject, you people use VPN, right? So we will be technically learning what is IPsec VPN, what is SSL. Remember, when we visit any websites, we visit all HTTPS websites. Even now you can see, even this Google Meet, you can see it is HTTPS. You have HTTP websites, you have HTTPS. How HTTPS works? How secure are we when we are connecting through HTTPS? We use something called SSL to protect. How that is working? IPsec is like, I have two branch offices. Let's say I have one branch office. I have my branch office, one is in, let's say, it is in Brussels. Another branch office is, let's say, it is in India. How two branch offices can securely send and receive data between each other? For that, between my branch office and other branch office, they will be implementing a concept called VPN to have secure conversation, right? That security concepts we learn. First concepts we learn. All these things we are going to implement it. We will be deploying it, right? We'll be deploying it on the firewall Fortinet. First we learn technology. That technology, how we're going to implement it on Fortinet, right? That is what we are going to learn on Fortinet security. How to use your Fortinet firewall to block unwanted traffic coming from the internet to your office. From your office, what type of websites they can browse, what they cannot browse. How do you control, filter the traffic? How do you perform VPN? So those kind of security technologies we learn and we implement it on the firewall. This is what you work in real time. When you work as a network security professional, you will be, whatever you learn it here, right? Whatever you learn it, that is what you work on the products, right? So that's about what we learn in CCNA and Fortinet firewall, right? I've just given a highlight, some level of introduction in CCNA, how the training approach is going to be, followed by Fortinet training program. I've given some insight of what is expected, right? Now, again, you guys can start posting your questions, please. Any quick questions?
Harry,
Yes, yes, please.
please going back to the WhatsApp security stuff.
Mhm.
I heard everything you said, but I want to know the importance of the two-step verification in WhatsApp, that feature. Sorry if it's out of topic.
About what? What was the tool you said?
Two-step verification.
I think there is a disturbance in the back end. So can you please come back with the question again, please?
I said the feature is a two-step verification on WhatsApp.
Okay, two-step verification. Okay, okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have questions why we need two-step verification?
No, you were talking about securing your WhatsApp, and you said we should stop entering some kind of ads and all those kind of websites.
Yes, yes. I gave general suggestions like do not click on unwanted ads, do not install apps from insecure websites, install it from genuine sites, and having a proper antivirus. I think you are adding a point to it, I believe. If I have two-step verification, right, unwanted people cannot log in into my WhatsApp. That is what you're trying to highlight, right? If I have a two-step verification, somebody cannot misuse my WhatsApp, right? That is what you're trying to point out, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure of it.
Okay, see, even if you have a two-step verification happening in your smartphone, if there is a malware codes, if there is a small malware code injected, it can even steal that two-step verification details, pass it instantly to third parties, right? So I know in two-step you have one fixed password and you get the OTP, one-time password as a text message, right? Even that malwares can read your text messages. They can pass even that to an attacker sitting somewhere, right? That is still possible. So that's why, how do you handle your smartphone is first and foremost prioritized compared to the attacks. Most of the attacks happens because of our awareness level of how do you handle your smartphones, because you might think when you visit a website, when there is an ad, you click on it, you never know the consequence of what is happening back. You might have secured your WhatsApp with two-step verification, you might have secured your email with two-step verification, but malwares installed on your smartphone even can read the text messages, right? So there is, even with two-step verification, we are not 100% safe, right? So that's why I gave a general advice. Even though it was outside the topic, I gave a general advice. Do not click on unwanted links. Do not click on unwanted advertisements. Kindly do not install any app from other than genuine stores, Play stores. Don't install app from third parties, because this is where you mostly see intrusions happening on your smartphone. Right? Anyway, that is all these questions what you people have asked. We are not learning anything about this in our program. What we learn in our training program is building our own network infra, how to use a firewall to secure it, right? Whatever you people asked was more of application based, right? So, yes,
Harry,
yes,
can I ask a question? Please, can you go back to your notepad?
Sorry, come again. What
Can
was
you
it?
go back? Can you go back to your notepad? Yes.
Okay.
Okay. This CCNA and the fund, that does it fall under Cisco? Is that this
Okay.
certificate or something? I don't.
Yes. So CCNA is the certification program name, right? In Cisco, we have many certification tracks. Starting, if you want to enter into networking, you always learn CCNA. That is the name of the certification. After that, Cisco divides the industry into different tracks. In Cisco, they have different tracks. We have technology where you learn about more about routers and switches. In that, they have certification called CCNP. They have something called CCIE. If you want to learn security related things, in security, they have CCNP security. They have CCIE security. If you want to get specialized in wireless, you have to learn CCNP wireless, CCIE. So they have different tracks available in Cisco. But let's say where do you start? You always have to start with CC. This is the first level training program. You learn and you certify yourself in CCNA. After that, you can choose your track. I want to get specialized in security. So after CCNA, if you want to still go with Cisco product, then you learn CCNP security, then you learn CCIE security. But what we are doing in our curriculum is security. Cisco is not quite famous. So that's why we learned first fundamentals. In Cisco, we learned through CCNA. Then we are moving into Fortinet. So in Fortinet, after our training program, we can appear for this exam, Fortinet operator. FortiGate, some people, they call the product as Fortinet or FortiGate, they are one and the same. So we have another certification program that we are doing is FortiGate operator. So 2 certifications we are actually learning in our syllabus. CCNA is one certification and the other one is Fortinet operator. Right? That is the name of the certification program that we do it. Right?
Okay.
Right. So any other questions, please? Right. So if no further questions, I believe I'm done with demo. I mean, introduction to our training program, what we are planning and what is the job roles, market of Cisco and other competitors. Then what we are planning to learn in a technical course content, what we are expecting to learn in CCNA followed by Fortinet. I've given enough introduction of things. Right? Technically, I did not touch anything there, just a logical insight I've given about the platforms, right? So I hope whatever I've said would have made sense, at least something you understood about the industry, I believe. Either you take the certification program or not, you know what is the scopes and opportunities of the industry. Your complete future is based on digital security. So I believe this course has a good demand in the market globally, not one particular country or region where you see people getting hired. This will be the future. Apart from product software developments, this is quite a good industry where you have more opportunities, more career growth, salaries, and everything is good in the industry. Right? Fine with it. I believe I'm done with my presentation there. So I hope Ray would take care from here. So he can guide you with further questions. Right?
Thank you, Harry.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Before we begin this session, many people were not present, so I will just go with an introduction with our school and what we are doing, and I will also be sharing my screen. Harry, I think we are still sharing. You have to stop. Yeah, so can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. We're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so make academics, we based in Buea, where our head office is, and we are operational since the beginning of this year, and we have our next session starting in January, and uh, towards the end of January, we start our session in all our field of studies, and those who are interested in taking any of our courses can get to either Mr. Amy or Mr. Theodore, and or to get to me directly, and we get you enrolled. So about MIC academics, we offer courses in English exam preps, cybersecurity and networking, web development, cinematography, and we offer courses online and on-site. And if you are in Buea, you can come on campus anytime it's open. We have internet. We have very good and comfortable facilities for you to work with. And also on online, if you are not in Buea and you want to stay enroll in our courses, we offer online courses, live online courses where you have lecturers come teach you, and also if you have questions, they're always there to support you and guide you. And we also do a scholarships program for our students. That's free. Once you register with us, we start your scholarship programs right away. In Europe, Russia, Japan, and also UK. And our programs we do, we have film and TV production. This deals with cinematography, and the duration is 6 months. We also have cybersecurity and networking, and Harry will take us through that training. And trust me, he's good in this, and you're going to get the best from him. And the program is going to take a period of four months, and the course is targeted on FortiGate and CCNA. And also we have general IT and support, which will be 3 months. This is a basic IT course for anyone who wants to be a computer literate. We take you with Photoshop training, Canva training, digital marketing, where you do advert on Facebook, Instagram to run ads, and also we train you on SEOs if you want to optimize your website, for example. We train you on that. And also we have full stack and video editing. This program also is a 3 months program, and it's divided into 3 segments. We have the web development, we have the app development, and we have video editing. And these are also good programs. We have good tutors for this. And also, lastly, we have English exam preparations for those who are going abroad for international universities abroad. And some universities require that you have this English exam certificate to prove you are literate in English. So we do the training for 1 month, and those who need more time for the training, we can extend. It's a flexible program, and we take you through with training with TOEFL, ICE, Duolingo, and SAT, and the rest. And also, this program is also online and on-site. All our programs are online and on-site. You can always contact us for more information, and if you have any questions, you can ask, and we close the session for today. And also, we'll be issuing certificates for those who participate in this workshop. You have a certificate in introduction into cybersecurity and networking. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Afternoon. Sure. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I heard you talk about cinematography. I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah, correct.
Please, I would like to know what it is exactly.
Yeah, so this program is uh, it has a lot of breakdown. We have training on how to cover an event, maybe video shooting or wedding. We have training on how to edit those videos. We have training on how to prep the environment for that for that uh, um, um, for that video coverage, and also on how to use cameras and stuff like that. He has a lot to cover, so that's why the program is 6 months. If I start mentioning it, will take a lot of time for us to mention everything. But if you want to get more details, I can always share more details about this program in the group.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've heard what you said. Thank you. So, what makes it different from video editing?
Video editing is just a cost of sub cost for this. But uh, film and TV production is a whole program. So video editing, you do video editing separately. But with film and TV production, you do it inclusively and with other programs. Like as I earlier mentioned, you have to be the one to cover to take the videos. You have to be the one to know how to set your environment, and you have to know how to go to several occasions and how to take the videos. So, but video editing, they give you the video and you edit. But with cinematography, you have to go to the field and do the work.
Oh, okay, thank you. And kindly just go back to the page of cybersecurity, and that will be all for my questions.
Yeah. This uh, PowerPoint is going to be shared in the groups, and I think everyone will have be able to access it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I have a question, please. So, please, after taking, let's say, a course in cybersecurity and networking, when I'm done with the course, can you brief us a little about the Google certification process and the importance of it?
Yeah. So since we have Harry here, I think he best answer that question.
No, Harry left already. Harry left. Harry is a little bit busy right now. He has something doing. Harry left. But I think about the certification, you need to prepare. It's an exam that you need to write. But under the Cisco program, which Harry is talking about, you will not need any to write any certification. At the end of the training, you receive a Cisco certificate, which it is Cisco company that will be awarding it to you direct, since Harry is part of the Cisco company. So when you register in the school, yeah, you'll be registering direct to the Cisco company, where at the end of your training, you receive a certificate direct from Cisco company.
And please, will How, like, I don't know, how will the certificate look like? Is it going to be something digital or what? I don't understand.
Now, when we talk about certification, it depends. If you want digital or hard copy, like for example, at the end of this training which we have had, there will be hard copy available. Those who like to have the hard copy, they will have it. Those who like the digital copy, you will have it. But at the end of this program, there will be certificate that will be available. So it will be depend on you. If you want the hard copy, there's a little condition for you to fulfill to have the hard copy. If you want the soft copy, it can always be sent to you anywhere you are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please let me also come in. Like for certifications like Cisco and other Google certifications. So when you are writing the exam, so you submit a particular email. There is a mail in which you register. So after the completion, if you succeed in the exam, they send the soft copy, the a certificate to your inbox directly, so you can print it out. And if you are looking for a job, most often than not, like online, because you want to work remotely, so you obviously be sending soft copies, not the hard copy. But if a hard copy is needed, then you can print it out and send like on site. So most of these certificates are sent directly into your inbox. Yeah, so and they are valid, they are accepted everywhere. I have a friend in France that is working as a cyber security engineer, in which what he did in the university is totally different from what it is, but he took his certification from he wrote this Cisco certificate, and he has it, and he's using it to work. So they send the certificate directly into your inbox, and you can use it now to apply for a job, or you can decide to print it out.
yeah. So about certifications, when you complete the training with us, we give you a certification, and we have partners also here in Europe, and we attach the letterhead to our certifications, where you can also help you to get jobs. And with the cybersecurity, we have two certifications. We have the CCNA certification, which is a paid certification. You have to write an exam for that. And we will take you through the training for that. And also for the FortiGate is free. We just register you for the FortiGate exam and you write. And you become an expert in security analyst. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, it's good. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes. Please. I just want to ask concerning. He said something about the scholarships, and sometimes like, is the scholarship about maybe people you go? I think if you live advanced level and you are going to maybe you want to study undergraduate. Sometimes people say there are scholarships maybe for people that just leave advanced level, and there are also scholarships for people that are going to do postgraduate. So or I don't know how it really works, and how they can help people to have those opportunities, or how people can find those opportunities, or do we have to maybe have a conversation in the school, or how is it going to function?
Yeah, for the scholarships, we we have scholarships only for those who are IT oriented, those who want to do IT, and we have IT for we have scholarship for undergraduate and postgraduate, and also for those who want to do PhD. PhD program is also, if you have a good research topic and stuff like that, we can get you scholarships, and most of those scholarships are paid. And also for undergraduate scholarships, only for those who are into IT, you can get your scholarship for free.
Okay, sir. Thank you. That should be all.
Yeah, so we have partnership with Scholarship Embassy. They they will be the one in charge of securing the scholarships. So when we have our students, we give it over to them. They work with you, they be your CV, and they'll apply with you step by step for the scholarships. So that's how it works.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Any more questions?
I think at this level, there's no more question. And what do you have to say, Mr. Rene?
Yeah, I think we are closing now, and to my colleagues, maybe if you have one or two things to say, then we close the session. And thank you all for coming. And if you have any further questions, you can always reach out to us, and we are there to answer. And about the cinematography and the TV and the film and TV production, I'm going to send more details about that. It's quite a very good field. You get to be maybe a film director, or video director, or you get to be you want to open maybe a photo workshop. You can. There's a lot of stuff to do when you have a certificate in that area. And yeah, I give it over to my colleagues. If they have anything to say, then close the program. Thank you.
Thank you all very much for making our time to attend this training session on cybersecurity and networking. I guess we have all learned something today. Now, a message will be shared to us in case you